Dude, I keep forgetting to pre-order the expansion. I kind of waited up a little bit because I was like, I saw a bunch of other creators getting free keys for it, and I figured maybe, but I don't think I'm getting one, so I think I'll probably just buy it soon.
Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm super hyped. Today, they just gifted me 50,000 silver. And today, I'm going to dangle all those purchases in front of your face so you can open your wallet and give Bungie your entire credit card limit. Congratulations, everybody. Are we ready for one new planet with barely any content? Wow!
Wonder why they won't give you a code. I honestly have no idea.
This was shot in front of a live studio audience at twitch.tv/Sweatcicle.
Bro, out of all the creators, do you guys think I talk the most shit? Be honest. Yes? No? I've always wondered that. I know I'm up there for sure. It's like without a doubt. Do I even have to talk shit? Yeah, like I definitely talk shit. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I don't, because I definitely do. It's fun to talk shit, sometimes. But there's a big difference between talking shit and just being honest. No, I wouldn't consider any game journalist a creator, really. Game journalists literally just do that so people will click on their fucking articles. Like, YouTube creators are guilty of that too, but game journalists are by far worse. Everyone else's standard seems to have dropped in some aspect. What do you mean? No, I definitely am guilty of complaining for the sake of complaining sometimes, but it doesn't come from like a place of malice most times. It's usually just being passionate about something I actually care about. So, it doesn't excuse it, but just to throw out there, like, why, I guess. Because I'm like a firm believer of, like, if you really care about something, you're going to want to give, like, the best and most optimal feedback. So it can be the best that it can be, rather than holding back. And that applies for anything. I don't know. It just, like, it bums me out that, like, I feel like I am more negative than positive, but, like, I don't know, like, is there a justification for that? I guess. Because I think a lot of people have been unhappy with certain changes that have been made, but I don't know. Being constantly stuck in a negative feedback loop does not feel very good, I'll tell you that. Do you guys think it's a thing? Like, I don't know. I believe this for some people, but I feel like people get to a point where they just, like, stop trying to hold people or companies to a higher standard. It really aggravates me. Like, once you set a bar, you don't want to lower it. Especially when you're paying for something, right? Like, you're paying for a product, like, and price only continues to increase. You're gonna expect more. Or if you're paying the same price and you get less, it's like, ooh. Over delivery. Yeah, I guess the reason I asked is, like, I saw a comment on the recent video, is, like, somebody was saying, like, somebody was asking why I don't move on from Destiny, and, why I don't move on from Destiny, because it's obvious that I, like, hate the game. Like, are people really under the assumption that I hate the game? Do you guys believe that? Like, genuine question, all memes aside. There's my last crafted weapon. Because I think people get it confused. I don't hate the game. I hate what the corporate side of the company has done with the game, but I don't hate the game. I feel like those are two entirely different things that people get confused, and they don't understand the difference. Does that make sense? Easiest way to explain it is showing how frustrated we are with how things are being run. That's more of where it comes from. Like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, there are things about the game that I hate, but I feel like that's natural. If I loved everything about this game, like, I would be like Mega Glazer Deluxe 9000, which would be obvious, but that's another thing. Like, it ties in with my core philosophy of, like, we have moved into a society that is an all-in or all-out mentality. It's either you're all about something or you're all out. And I don't understand why people think there's no middle ground nowadays. It's like you can't have different points. It's all or nothing, bro. What do I hate about the game specifically? I guess I'll try and keep it to like big points. Is that like well, I'm gonna join Sad Cat. We're gonna do this Crota checkpoint here. One second. I'm thinking. Biggest thing for me is hypocrisy. When people went after Activision for how bad the microtransactions were with Activision, they left Activision and the microtransactions got worse. And nobody said shit. People wanted a scapegoat and they didn't keep their consistency in criticism. That is one thing I hate, and that's more community side than game side. Secondly is they took all their best people off of the game to go work on Marathon, and look how that's going. I just think the corporate side of the game has turned this game into a cash cow, and they don't give a shit about it anymore. The lower level devs do care a lot, and that is very obvious, but they have no control over this game whatsoever. And that's an issue. And I think the corporate side of the game, the corporate side of the company will be the demise of the game if it's not fixed. So that's just me being completely honest about that. And there's so much evidence to back that up. You can sit and glaze all you want if you want to. But, like, there are a lot of good people that work at that company, but it's, like, a few bad actors that mess it up. Part of another thing is, like, it's getting to a point where, like, refusal to make a new game kind of sucks. Because as Data always says, it's just more Destiny. I know they're making a lot of core changes to this next update, but I've talked about this in so many videos. It's like I could pull up the just for quick example, I'll pull up the paint here real quick. Hold on. So you have the different buckets of the game, right? You have strikes, PvP, gambit, raids, dungeons, whatever, right? The problem is like they just keep adding more buckets, and it's like, how do you balance all these things? Like in one big update, maybe you handle 2 of these things, and then like 3 more things to balance / problems arise. It's it's an incontrollable cycle. You know, it's like, I guess the kind of way I would describe it is like, imagine you're a manager for a McDonald's or something, right? Is like, first you start off with 3 employees, no big deal, right? Like you can cover 3 employees, make sure they're doing their, okay, yeah, Burger King, sure, sure. Yes, thank you. Um, you're making sure they do their job. But the more buckets or the more employees that you add, the more you have to manage. And it just gets to a point where it's uncontrollable. And the only solution is to either remove these buckets or start a new game entirely. Because a new game entirely gives you a new playing field. So just to keep that short and simple so I don't go to that rabbit hole for another 40 minutes. But those are a lot of the big striking issues I see with the game. Aside from the obvious power creep, which I think a lot of that's going to be fixed in this next update, so we'll see. Also the fact of, like, lying about things. Like us getting raids back that we had years ago that I paid for and not getting back. That kind of blows ass. So that's a smaller thing, though, to be honest. Oh, great, my Elgato's messed up. Fantastic. Is there any other big point with Destiny? I'm trying to think. I think a big example of like not being able to keep up is their lack of PvP updates and Gambit updates. You can say what you want about Gambit, but we all know Gambit could actually be a really... Okay, well, somebody's got to leave, sorry. Does anybody not want to do Crota? Okay. Yeah, they can't keep up. Like, PvP could be good, but it's just, it's an insurmountable task. And when people don't get their favorite part of the... Everybody has a different favorite part of the game. You're either, like, one of those weird Gambit kids, or you're a PvP player, or you're a PvE player. Most people are PvE players, which I think they should obviously focus on more than anything else because it drives the most traffic to the game. But yeah. Only other big thing for me is communication. Their communication skills are horrible, and they only get good when the game gets bad. And you can pull up multiple examples of that. But yeah, I'm someone who I hope for the best, plan for the worst. That's where I'm at, because, like, if you go back to, like, some of my videos, like, 4 or 5 years ago, I used to sit and, like, hope and pray for all these crazy new amazing systems and try and provide feedback for, like, things I think would be awesome for the game. But at a certain point, I just kind of realized that, like, Bungie's vision for the game, let me clarify, Bungie's corporate vision for the game only entails things that make them the most amount of profit. And I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can. And for me, that means kind of taking a step back from being more vocal about the game and just kind of doing my own thing. Not to say that I don't criticize when they do something stupid, like the whole artwork thing. But, you know. It is what it is, man. So yeah, I'll probably always be someone that, like, regardless of what I do for content, I'll probably always come back and play expansions, but they're making it harder and harder for creators to want to do this seasonal bullshit, to be completely honest with you. YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the live channel for more content. And, yeah. Okay, goodbye.